I started a new job, which is exciting. Grateful, immensely grateful to have a job. Anyway, but I think like I've just been having this like looming feeling the past few weeks where, you know how like in job interviews when they're like, what's your biggest strength and what's your biggest weakness? For my weakness, I usually say, I don't know if this is a good one or not. So like if it's not, honestly, don't tell me because I don't want to know. But I usually say like, I'm not good at asking for help. I think one thing that I've been feeling like with this new role that I've started is like I know I'm very capable of doing a really good job because this role is like similar to like previous roles that I've had, and it's like the work itself like I know how to do. I'm not intimidated by like the programs or the workflows or whatever. It's more just like specific to this job, specific to this company. Like there are little things that I haven't learned yet that I'll just like pick up along the way, and I just have to ask questions to finally like really cement things and really understand how things work with this team and with this company and with the deliverables. And I think I'm just like I don't like holding the mic, but then there's like nothing to clip it onto. I put it on my crochet hook so I don't have to hold the mic. Anyway, um I just feel so stupid asking questions, and I know that every team is always just like every manager that I've had, it's like, there's no such thing as dumb questions. Like, ask for help when you need it. We're a team, rah, rah, and all that stuff. And, like, I believe it. And when other people ask me stuff, I'm like, oh, that's not even silly. Don't even worry. It took me a while to understand this, whatever, whatever. But, like, just the type of person that I am is like, I exhaust all my resources. I try to look for the answer myself in whatever capacity before I ask a person, because asking a person is so embarrassing. Like, that's why I feel like it's one of my biggest weaknesses at work. I'm a really fast learner. I can get things done very quickly. I don't get like really, really, really stressed that easily in like the professional workplace. Like I can manage stress quite well in the workplace, I would say. Everywhere that I've worked previously has been like a very stressful environment, and I feel like I did a decent job. But maybe I'm just patting my own back, tooting my own horn. But yeah, like I just feel like every time I ask a question, I just feel so vulnerable and stupid of like, ah, oh, you don't know that yet. Or like, oh, there's like this meme from I think the TV show Girls by Lena Dunham where one of the girls, Marnie, I think, is like, okay, let's just go make fun of the girl. Like, there she goes. There's the girl who put herself out there and tried something new and like took a risk. And like that's literally how I feel at work. I every time I have to ask a question, I like do everything I can to make sure I can find the answer first. I have a question pulled up. Like I started typing a message to my coworker to ask him something, and I'm like pulling like links and like I looked here and I looked at this website and it said this, and I looked at this file and it said this, and I tried to find something to reference but I can't find anything. Like I just feel like I'm just groveling, like I'm just on my knees begging. Which is literally so dramatic. I know. I know. Don't even come for me. I literally know this is like just silly nonsense, but I think I'm just scared that like people will think that I'm not doing a good job because I'm not learning things fast enough. And I know that that's not the case. And I had the same concern with like the first job that I had out of college, and I remember talking to one of my coworkers. I was like maybe like 2 months in, and I was like, yeah, I just feel like so annoyed at myself still because like there's parts of the workflow that I don't fully understand yet, or like that I haven't fully grasped yet, and there's like things that I feel like I should know by now but I just don't. And like he was like, it took me at least 3 months to get like situated at this company. Like it takes time. And like this was also like my first corporate big girl job. So he's like, all of it just takes time, and it doesn't mean that you're doing a bad job. It doesn't mean that you're like a bad employee. And even when I think about like new roles and stuff, like that's why there's a 30, 60, 90 is like so you kind of just get acclimated at a certain rate. I think I'm going into like my fourth week at this job. So I think that's also part of why I feel a lot of like just fear. And I'm a contractor. So I think that's also another element to this, like a moment of like nerves and like feeling frazzled, is that like, yeah, I have a certain time on my contract. And then once that's up, like maybe they'll renew, but maybe they won't. And if I'm like not good at my job, then obviously they're not going to want to renew me. So I have to be like good at it so that they will renew me. And it's just like this weird, delicate balance. And yeah. So it's like another variable to things of like me feeling anxious about work. And yeah, like, I think at the end of the day, what really gets me is like, I know I can be really good at this job. And like, I know I can handle it. And I know I can like really grasp the workflow and everything. I don't know, maybe I'm too hard on myself because it's like still so early on. Like, it's my fourth week. I feel like I should know everything already. I feel like I'm supposed to know things. And who is telling me this? Me, my brain. I'm telling myself that I need to know everything immediately. Anyway, and I feel like it's like, oh, it's taking me way too long to do certain projects. Or like I should know this by now. I should be faster. I should be better at this. And I think that's just what stresses me out. What the heck? That's what stresses me out. So that's the current state of things. That's how my June has been, honestly. I think around this time of year, though, I always just get like really existential because it's close to my birthday and it's close to the smack dab middle of the year. And that just like freaks me out because I think about like, oh my gosh, 6 months has passed already in 2025. What have I done? I haven't done enough. What more can I do? We only have 6 months left of this year. Like, it went by so fast but so slow. Da 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 da. And then I like start spiraling. But honestly, this month was a lot of fun, and I'm just like so grateful that this is like what my life looks like. And yeah, I think for a while I had felt that like the past 6 months, just like a slight feeling of like guilt and shame of I wasn't productive enough because I didn't have a job, because I wasn't working a 9 to 5, because I didn't have income and stuff like that. I think previously, like last year and 2, 3 years ago, that would have been like a really big focus, and I would just feel a lot of disappointment and shame, and yeah, just like a frustration with myself of not doing enough professionally. I know that like everything kind of is just happens in its own time. And in the past 5 months, even though I wasn't working like a 9 to 5, I do feel like there were lots of areas of my life that I got to tend to and really focus on and just give more of my attention to because all I had really was time. And I'm just really grateful. And I feel like I've talked about it like literally every single time I do a video on like, oh, here was my month. It's always just like, I'm so grateful that I got to invest in my friendships. I'm so glad that I got to like do random stuff on YouTube more, just like documenting my life. Like, I genuinely like looking back at my old videos, not in like a selfish or egotistical way, hopefully, but more in the sense of like, these were really good memories, and I'm so glad that I documented them and I get to relive them again. And in the same vein, like, the decentering of work is something that I have given much thought to in the past few months because I've been unemployed. So now that I have work, it's like this delicate balance and this delicate line that I'm walking where it's like I want to be the best at work and I want to do a really good job and I want to be valuable and I want to, you know, perform well. But also, life exists outside of work and life exists after I clock out of work. And what can I do to cultivate like a life that I'm excited about and that I'm happy with and that is like fulfilling outside of my work hours? So, just like trying to find the balance of that, I think, is how this June has felt. But above all, I just feel like really proud of myself for these mindset shifts that have happened in the past 6 months, and just like giving myself permission to slow down and be nicer to myself. I feel like in general, people are better at like I feel like most people are like not very nice to themselves, but they are so nice to their friends. And I feel like that's the way that the way that I talk to myself is just genuinely not very nice at times. So just trying to like be nicer and like see myself as a friend too and not be so harsh with myself and demanding of things of me because I know that I'm already doing the best that I can. And in the times when I'm not doing the best that I can, it's like, okay, like, is it that serious? Or like, can you kind of just be lenient with this? Just like managing my own expectations for myself has been a huge part of life the past 5 months or so. Um, but yeah, I think like going into just being in the middle of the year now, I feel a lot of gratitude and I'm just very proud of myself and going into another year and like getting older. I hate getting older. I've never I've never enjoyed celebrating birthdays. I've never been like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to be 16. I can't wait to be 18. I can't wait to be 21. I've never felt that way. I've always wanted to just stay 12. I don't like the part where we just keep getting older. Um, but I think, I don't know, I feel like when I was 24 up till now, even, like, I've just wanted to kind of just be 30. Like, I'm dreading turning 30 eventually. I'm not turning 30 this year. I'm dreading turning 30 eventually just because of like the weight of entering a new decade of life. But I also feel a lot of excitement for it, knowing that I've already learned so much about myself in my 20s, and I can only imagine how much more fruitful like the next 10 years of my life will be in my 30s. Once I approach the next 10 years of my life will be once I hit my 30s. And I feel like with my 20s, I'm just really grateful that I'm like entering my late 20s now. I'm not even 30 yet, but I think with my 20s, one of my favorite aspects of this time of my life is how much I've learned about myself and how much that's led to like accepting myself and self love and all that kind of stuff, all that woo woo stuff. But yeah, like it's so wonderful getting to understand like if I eat certain things, it's going to make my stomach hurt. If I don't get enough sleep, then I'm going to feel upset. Or how much is enough sleep for me? What's the correct amount of hours that I need to be a fully functioning adult? If I drink coffee at this time of day, how will that impact my sleep? As I enter my late 20s, I'm just excited, I guess, for like how much more I'll learn about myself, which I feel like sounds so silly, but that's just the beauty of getting older, I guess. Um, but anyway, it's time for me to finally send this question to my coworker and not be scared because my coworker is also literally my friend. So I don't know why I'm so scared. I just feel like I'm scared of being stupid. I'm scared of like asking dumb questions. I'm scared of like my coworkers or my manager being like, "How do you not know this yet?" But like everyone is so 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 nice. Like genuinely the best team ever, and I'm so grateful for this team. And yeah, everyone's so nice and so understanding. I love working. Okay, clock back in. That was my like California mandated like break or whatever. Let's go. Yay.